and Arsenal in a week where Europe's elite teams converge in the UEFA Champions League details the present tale of a rivalry largely recent since around 1990. This was amplified by enmity between the two longest-serving managers of the Premier League, Arsene Wenger and United Sir Alex Ferguson. Also, former club captains Patrice Vieira, and some will call him one of United's best servants, Roy Keane. Tonight sees the latest installment of this contest, one with a lightweight feel. I've got to mention United come into this fixture tonight 11th on the Premier League table with 8 points. Arsenal are 8th on the Premier League table with 11 points. Pretty much important to also mention that the Gunners are without a victory in the last 12 top flight away games at tonight's arena. And with that hope of a conquest for the Gunners, we welcome you to our coverage of tonight's encounter, Manchester United against Arsenal. 27 seconds played out here at Old Trafford. I'm Emmanuel Etim. I'll be your commentator for this fixture. Colourful analysis from two of the finest in the game, starting off with the man on my immediate right, TI to the PSY, Tipsy Cole. Welcome to Monday Night Football.
Yes, a very good evening to you, and it's a pleasure to do this with you. It's the side that's considered the most penalties in the Premier League this season versus the side that's won the most penalties this season. Arsenal fans are going to be like David Luiz, please don't mess us up today. And Manchester United, interestingly, starting Marcus Rashford. We didn't see that one coming, but it's actually what's happened. And of course, they are without Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Swanzebe actually debuting in that position. And we have a Bukayo Saka starting up front for Arsenal alongside Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Promises to be a cracker, and we'll see if Arsenal can get the better of the Red Devils at the Stadium of Light.
Let's say hi to Samuel. He's got absolutely no qualms coming in talking about this fixture. He's a neutral, and his perspective will be well appreciated. Samuel, good evening to you.
Good evening, Emmanuel. Good evening to the listener out there. Tipsy, hello. It's a fixture that over the years has given some stunning headlines when it comes to the papers. I remember one very vividly, at 8 to be a Gunner. That's when Arsenal, were defeated 8-2 by Manchester United. We also saw, one called Traitor and Wenger's Cross. So at the end of 90 minutes, I'm sure we'll see something similar to that. But it's a fantastic game to look forward to. It's already started, and the action is only here for us to enjoy.
Like TI to the PSY, Tipsy mentioned, just important to note that United approach this fixture a 4-2-3-1 formation. Still retain their captain, David De Gea, technical captain. If Ashley Young starts a fixture, he gets the armband. Maguire and Lindelof, Tuanzebe, who comes in for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the man who joined from Crystal Palace in the summer. Young, the captain, on the far left-hand side. Pogba has returned. He's playing his very first Premier League fixture in a long while. He will be partnered in midfield. Scott McTominay. It's James Lingard and Pereira up front as Marcus Rashford picked up a knock in the fixture against Southampton. A situation United fans thought was going to be even more catastrophic, that they've lost Antonio Martial, but surprising, he's fit enough to play in this fixture. For the Arsenal, it's Leno in goal, David Luiz partner in the Greek, Papastatopoulos, Kolasinac from the left side of the fence. There's Chambers, Callum, Guendouzi, Granit Xhaka, Torreira, a South American, and up front, Saka, keep an eye on him. He does have Nigerian blood running through his veins with the very odd jersey number 77. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the lone man forward, alongside his an African brother, Nicolas Pepe, man who joined from Lille Metropole in the summer. It's a 4-3-3 formation for Arsenal, a 4-2-3-1 for Manchester United, who are playing from left to right in their home attire, all red, white shorts and black socks. Arsenal approaching this fixture coloured in yellow tops, black shorts and yellow socks, so it's easy to identify. Even if you're colour blind, you certainly can tell who is Manchester United and who are the Arsenal. 4 minutes played at Old Trafford. United 0, Arsenal 0. Special mention, he's very friendly. His name is Kevin Friend. He's the man in charge of this fixture, assisted by Scott Ledger and Richard West. The fourth official is Chris Kavanagh. The importance of a fourth official, need I remind you, is in case anything happens to the referee, he can come in and replace him. And the man in charge of the video assistant decisions today if need be, as Mike Dean, of the more experienced referees in the league, and there's Stephen Child, who would assist him in the VAR room. Hopefully we don't get to see many moments which will require technological aid, as the case were. 5 minutes played, United 0, Arsenal 0. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube, just to mention Nigeria Info. You cannot miss an opportunity. Tipsy, proudly an Arsenal fan, lapping up the excitement. Also a thoroughbred analyst, and Samuel on the immediate left looks like someone who's just coming here to take notes. Looks pretty much like an agent than a pundit tonight. And yours truly, Emmanuel Etim, just taking you through hopefully what should be an exciting game. After 5 minutes, guys, still goalless, Tipsy.
Yes, and after 5 minutes, Paul Pogba is already looking to dictate the play in the middle of the park for Manchester United. That's a player that we didn't think would start, but a couple of people thought it was mind games that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was playing, and I guess it's the case, except if he happened to shake off that so-called ankle injury before this match. But he's definitely looking to take the play for Manchester United in the middle of the park, as Arsenal are looking to exploit the flanks, because earlier on in the game we saw Callum Chambers bomb down the flank, and Alex Twenzebe actually got the better of him in that particular duel. But it's seeming very, very balanced for now. Let's just hope to see what Bukayo Saka can do in this one, because he seems to be the one that can pull the strings for Arsenal, probably the one that Manchester United will not know too much about. In his last game that he played for the Gunners, he was pretty very, very efficient for them. Same thing with Matteo Guendouzi, who has been the driving force in the last couple of games for the Gunners. But the Gunners are coming again, and Nicolas Pepe switching play from right to left. And actually, Pepe is the one that was swinging the cross in, but David De Gea gathers very well. It's a quick-paced game, and it's actually drizzling right there at Old Trafford, so the ball is going to be moving very fast on the grass. Let's see how this one turns out.
Early remarks, Samuel, from your end?
Yeah, looking at the starting 11 for Arsenal especially, I think I'm a bit disappointed with the way Arsene Wenger has set up his team.
Wenger?
I said Arsene Wenger.
Unai Emery.
Unai Emery. There's always the Arsene thing when it comes to their manager anyway. So Unai Emery, the way he set up his team, really, it's a midfield trio of Guendouzi, Xhaka and Torreira. Tells you how defensively he's looking to play in this game, and it's very disappointing really, because you look at United, not particularly good in form, and mental frailties for United as well. So I think it's something they should have capitalized. This is one occasion why I thought they should have gone 4-4-2 to exploit United better, but well, he's opted for a 4-3-3. We'll see how this one does go. The inclusion of Busayo, like Tipsy mentioned, is very, very important to see, especially from a Nigerian perspective, and he's had a very good first few minutes, so hopefully he does have a huge impact on this game. But then again, I think I would have rather Unai Emery gone for a 4-4-2 formation, to exploit United better, who for me are not in the best of forms at the moment. But they're playing away from home. Maybe that's the thinking of Unai Emery coming into this game today.
Just maybe. It's important for the Arsenal to get something significant in this fixture. They've won just 3 of 27 Premier League matches at the Theatre of Dreams. And speaking of United, they're playing this back in the Stretford end. An opportunity almost fell kindly to James. That's a chap who's been really inspiring for Manchester United. Joined the club side at the start of the season from Swansea.
Isn't he the highest goal scorer for United so far?
A couple of goal scorers, and when you speak of highest goal scorer and a player has less than 3 goals,
well, it is.
It sounds very funny. So
it's what it is.
It is what it is. United with a corner. United fans, need I remind you that Ashley Young still take your corners, so he won't be swinging this in. It's raining out there at Old Trafford. Almost similar weather conditions right here in Lagos, where we're broadcasting from. 267A, Etim A and Crescent, Victoria Island. Young swings it. It's an outswinger. Harry Maguire heads it back into the enemy territory. Not the best control from Young. Rashford, I should say. And not detailing if he's fit or not for this fixture. Tips. He looks quite fit with his movements.
Well, with his movement, but definitely not with that kind of touch that he had right there. But okay, an Arsenal player took the ball away from him. I was actually looking forward to Mason Greenwood starting this game, and if he started this game, he would have been Manchester United's youngest player ever to start a fixture, but wasn't the case. They opted for Rashford. I remember when Rashford was almost the youngest player to start for them. That was under Louis van Gaal, and he popped against Arsenal. 2 goals he got in that one. Daniel James seemed to have been pulled down right there, and trust me, he's going to be the tormentor-in-chief of the armed forces for Manchester United in this game. He has this way of cutting in, making those runs. He's very daring. He does not fear anybody. Actually, there's nobody in the Arsenal defense to fear. Maybe David Luiz. I don't know.
Going to mention that.
Yeah, but he's definitely going to be the one to pull all the strings in this one. And I'll also love to see the way Scott McTominay handles this particular Arsenal midfield, because as Samuel said, it's a very defensive-minded midfield for the Arsenal. So Scott will have to be very, very, what's the right word to use, efficient with the way he links his play with Paul Pogba.
Free kick United, 10 minutes played. Young swings it in on the far right inside. Torres players, the bigger part of the Manchester United central defender, and the assistant on the far right inside, Richard West. His flag is up for offside against Harry Maguire, the former Leicester player who joined Manchester United on the 4th of August for £87 million. He's quite tall and almost has the same height as Nemanja Matic.
And quite efficient for them also, because on record,
word to use for Harry Maguire, efficient. They've lost possession, Tipsy, just before we get back to the talk of efficiency. Now you can talk about that.
Yeah, I was going to talk about how Manchester United have faced the fourth fewest shots in the Premier League so far. So it's definitely been a rock for Manchester United. Man City have faced the fewest, followed by Everton, Chelsea and Manchester United. So it's not defending that's been their problem this season, it's getting the goals.
Here they come, United hoping to get one, the opener for this fixture. An atrocious cross from the Manchester United captain Ashley Young, joined from Aston Villa way back in 2011. Alongside David De Gea, the only two existing United players who have tasted success when it comes to the Premier League. Cameras with Pan and Unai Emery, looking all Arsene Wenger-like. Regardless of the weather condition, Arsene Wenger always has his Arsenal jacket on, and the UE on his vest just details his first and last initials, Unai Emery.
At least Emery does not have a problem with his zippers.
Oh no, hardly. Didn't want to mention that part about Wenger, but here to come United, hoping to do something successful. Intercepted on the far right inside by Callum Chambers. There have been plenty of talks about Callum Chambers returning to the Arsenal fold, and happy times for them. But the referee has halted play for a second. An Arsenal man is just squatting. Doesn't look like he'll be fine, Torreira. Well, he will be fine now. Uruguay had quite an excellent, some would say, FIFA World Cup in Russia. A throw will come from Chambers. He's got the captain of the team, Granit Xhaka, who was voted by popular demand, according to Unai Emery, saying in the dressing room the players voted for him. He wanted to change the opinion of fans outside. The respect Xhaka has inside the club is unfiltered. Like the pass to Young.
Maybe they were just trying to give him a birthday gift because he turned 27 last week.
Yeah, Granit. Indeed. Born on the 27th of September 1992, the city of Basel in Switzerland. Straight pass. Arsenal through on the far right inside. The pass came Scott McTominay, who has the number 39 shirt for Manchester United. United are playing from left to right. The Arsenal from right to left. So for the punters who are expecting a goal in the first 15 minutes, you've got 3 minutes more to hold your breath. Here they come. This time the Arsenal on the far left hand side. No one but Kolasinac. He's got support. Then again decides to ignore Saka and went straight to the United goalkeeper. Could have done best helping his Arsenal teammate Pogba. Great control. Rolls it all the way back to his central defender. This time it's the most expensive on the planet, Harry Maguire. Fights Twanzebe. The control should be easy for the United man on the far left hand side. James back to Twanzebe. And here again they'll turn, hoping for something successful. Scott McTominay in the centre rack for United finds Pogba. Facing the United goal now, frustratingly, based on his reaction. Gives it to the Harry Maguire, not captain yet, but Solskjaer mentioned how he's got captain traits, as the case where not the best control. Saka putting the pressure on Ashley Young. Has experienced enough not to let that fly. Lindelof now hits Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang shin, goes out for a touch. Should be a Manchester United throw on the far right inside. Just looking back at that earlier opportunity, Aubameyang laying free. Sead Kolasinac, and somehow I don't know what he was thinking, Samuel.
I think he was trying to play the ball in early to avoid Aubameyang being spotted offside, but he had to hold him for just 2-3 more seconds to allow the Gabonese striker to make that run forward. It was good intention, at least from the way I saw it, but the execution was very, very poor. Maybe one of the few chances Arsenal will get. They have to be a bit more creative with these chances in this game, because again, on the basis of what I've seen, 40 minutes into this game, it's clear the game plan of Unai Emery. You would have rather. Looking at the midfield throw, there's absolutely no creativity. Maybe throwing in Dani Ceballos in there and things will be a bit more different for Arsenal. But again, Unai knows best, like they used to say in the past. Arsenal knows best. Now it's Unai who knows best. So maybe second half changes and might spice things up a bit. But Arsenal, clearly on the evidence of the first 15 minutes, have a very, very obvious game plan, which is to soak up pressure from United and clearly hit them on the counter with the pace they have on the wing. So maybe good game plan for Unai Emery in this game.
3 of 27 victories. 3 victories in 27 games, should I say, for the Arsenal at Old Trafford. All of those 3 victories were 1-0 scorelines, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the current Manchester United manager, played for the team in all 3 of those defeats, and many believe pressure is more on the Norwegian than Unai Emery coming into this fixture.
I beg to differ.
Well, if you look at the standings, if Arsenal somehow going to pick maximum point tonight, they'll be fourth, and Solskjaer's Manchester United will continue to sink. And the question would be who would resurrect them. But for now, it's even Stevens. Quarter of an hour played, to be exact. 16 minutes of action. United 0, Arsenal 0. Here they come, Manchester United. An opportunity for the pacey James, and this time around, I think I'm going to be cautious, but I think it was the experience of Callum Chambers that just kept that off. He's seen more Premier League matches than the Manchester United James. It's a goal kick to Arsenal.
And it's not been a great watch the first 16 minutes of this game. Both teams have been all over the place. We just hope it turns out to be better in the other minutes of the game. Arsenal looking to pass out from behind, and they always seem to pass out from behind even when they don't need to. I mean, even Manchester City, who we know how to pass out from behind, they know how to, and they know when to mix up the play, when to go long. Ederson has even provided assists before, but Arsenal always want to pass out from behind, even though they did it this time around. He went and shot up front. So they need to know how to mix up the play, talking about Arsenal, and not just be too predictable, or else Manchester United will always come for them.
As it stands, United still are there. The cameras will pan on the Arsenal goalkeeper, Bernard Leno, a 27-year-old born in Birmingham. So somehow come in and just made that Arsenal goalkeeping position quite comfortable for him. So I was not certain if most Arsenal fans remember who the reserve goalkeeper is. So 18 minutes played, United 0, Arsenal 0, halfway line. Haven't mentioned his brilliance this season. Got to give him all the credit he deserves. Guendouzi, who finds support in Socrates. There's Chambers, close to the byline on the far right hand side. It's an infield pass to Torreira, and this time it's floated to the far right hand side. He's going to take control and concentration from Tuanzebe, and he does just that. Great turn from the youngster up against Callum Chambers, and he gets the final touch. Goal kick to Manchester United. Quite an effort from Tuanzebe.
That's the second duel that he's winning. It's going to be a very interesting duel between he and Callum Chambers all through this game. Maybe if there was a Hector Bellerin on the field, then Arsenal would have been more comfortable, but Chambers, not too sure.
19 minutes played. United also passing from the back like the Arsenal. Here they come attacking on the far left hand side. Tuanzebe floated infield to find Paul Pogba has drifted past the halfway line now, getting close to the centre rack. The pass is good, finds Scott McTominay close to the byline on the far right hand side is Young. Back to Scott McTominay, infield play to Paul Pogba, getting close to the penalty act. United pass intercepted timely by David Luiz. It's gone out of touch. They want to take it quickly. The throw hastily taken to Scott McTominay from Young, close to the halfway line, turns back to the right hand side. Floats one, hoping for a connection from Young, but it's intercepted by Kolasinac. Still Kolasinac. Now David Luiz takes no prisoner. Close to almost safety. Return the favour. Lindelof does it. Here's Jesse Lingard. And many say he owns the key to lock in the Arsenal defence. Question mark when that will happen. It's Saka who has the ball now at the moment. Coming through, Saka. He's got support on the far right hand side. Goes down. Referee plays. No advantage. Gives the free kick. And maybe a booking might accompany that. Jesse Lingard complaining. Likewise, Paul Pogba. The Arsenal fans, Arsenal players, I should say, Touré and the captain Jack are complaining of an earlier incident in the box. That moment there, hoping that it was going to be a foul against Guendouzi maybe, but great run then from Saka. And some would say better from the Manchester United midfielder Jesse Lingard. And his number 14 Chet doesn't get a yellow card.
He doesn't. He didn't look malicious in any way, and probably because it's so far from the box 18, that was why there was no card given. But Bukayo Saka actually did pretty well in that one, stepping in front of Jesse Lingard and forcing that foul as Arsenal come again.
Here they come, trying to do something special. Luis with a brilliant cross into the penalty box, goes all the way to the far right hand side. Callum Chambers returns it. The connection comes through. Scott McTominay with the interception. Returned again into the penalty area.
Wow.
And no one to head the ball beyond the United goal. It's gone out of touch. Well, that's something unique from David Luiz, finding himself in the striker's position and swinging in telling crosses. Chambers returned the favour. Oh, you want to say Scott McTominay was quite fortunate there. We've seen players just aid to concede. Here they come, United. It's tailed up a bit this fixture in the last few minutes. Paul Pogba has it, drifts it to the far left hand side. Too heavy for James. Keeps it in play with his back heel. Still James. And this time he's gone further than expected. Tuanzebe floats one into the penalty area. Doesn't go past David Luiz. Great control from Torreira. Still in the box now. Granit Xhaka to Saka. Great skill from Saka. Oh, tripped by Young. Referee plays the advantage. Still to the United side. Lindelof floated all the way back to Harry Maguire. He's got Tuanzebe on the far left hand side. 22 minutes played. Manchester United 0, Arsenal 0.
It's a different ball game, Emmanuel, in the last 3-4 minutes. I think both sides have decided to up the ante. But going back to the chance where we saw a couple of crosses from the Arsenal wing players into the area, I think it's disappointing for a striker like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who I thought should have been attacking those balls. They were deliciously whipped crosses. All he needed to was get on the end of it, but it was nowhere. It didn't seem like he was even interested in those balls. And I think it's something he has to do better in this game. Sometimes being criticized for the way he can be lazy, but he needs to step up with Arsenal to get anything from this game.
United have the possession now. Oh, great play there from Scott McTominay. Quite confident also, but the pass isn't that good. James sends it in. Easy catch for the goalkeeper Leno. And it's a fixture after 22 minutes. I've rarely mentioned the Ivorian, Nicola Pepe.
Yeah, he's been disappointing in this game so far. He holds on to the ball too much. He loses his passes. Maybe like he tries to do a little bit too much for the Arsenal. He just needs to keep his play very, very, very simple. Bukayo has impressed me, and I'd have thought it should be Pepe that will be getting all the accolades, but hopefully he grows more into the game. We know he's one heck of a speed star. He knows how to dribble a lot, but he just needs to play more with his team.
23 minutes played. Free kick Arsenal taken quickly. Chambers brings it down with his chest on the far right hand side. Goes it infield to Pepe. Finally we get to see him. Still takes his time facing the Arsenal goal. Finds captain Granit Xhaka. Turns to the far left hand side to find David Luiz. He's got support in view, and that's Kolasinac. Gets it to Kolasinac. An opportunity for Saka now, close to the byline on the left hand side. Man marked by Ashley Young. He's got down. Well, he's got the pace. He's a teenager. He's got the drive also. And he's been helped out by the referee. Free kick given to the Arsenal. They pretty much want to make use of this. Nicolas Pepe walking down where the ball is. And of all the players on the pitch, it looks like the man who wants to take this free kick, Nicolas Pepe.
And United have not been good in defending set pieces. They're actually joint worst third in defending set pieces. They've conceded 16 already this season.
An opportunity for the opener, maybe from an Arsenal perspective. Free kick to come close to the penalty arc on the left hand side. Nicolas Pepe will take it. Swings the cross in. Should be easy for the goalkeeper. No need for him to make a move. That's a terrible free kick from Nicolas Pepe. He could have stayed completely anonymous, didn't come take the set piece and allow the entire world gaze on his lack of confidence, some would say. And others would say, well, the Gabonese gave him that confidence in the last fixture against Aston Villa. Naturally, when he's on the pitch, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang takes the penalties. I just had to do it for brotherhood, given Nicolas Pepe, the 24-year-old Ivorian born in France, Mons Lajoli.
And he does have a good penalty record. For Lille, he scored a 9 in 10, so he has a very good penalty record, even though the penalty went straight down yesterday. I said yesterday, in the last match that they played, but a penalty shot in between the sticks, waiting for the goalkeeper to go left or right, you can still say it's confident take from him.
Yeah, it's interesting to notice we're talking penalties. These two sides have the record this season. United with the most awarded, Arsenal with the most penalties conceded.
No thanks to David Luiz.
Yeah, I think it's an entire Arsenal problem, not just one man. Speaking of Luiz, the devil, I'll get it all the way back to a man who's without sin, according to certain Arsenal fans, Kolasinac, well, Socrates. Another way straight to his goalkeeper. Well, Bernardo chased down by Lingard. That was quite terrifying from an Arsenal perspective.
Almost felt like a Hugo Lloris moment right there.
That's something very strange actually, because it was a weekend for goalkeeping mistakes. Tottenham's Hugo Lloris messing up against Southampton, and just before he did that, we saw the first game of the match week, Dean Henderson for Sheffield United against Liverpool, just gifting Liverpool that 3 points.
He's actually on loan from Manchester United. I didn't know that until
no one actually asked that question.
I'm just saying.
It's important for information, I agree. Maguire with the clearance. United playing from left to right, Arsenal from right to left. 26 minutes played at Old Trafford. United 0, Arsenal 0. Here they come. James. It's been the liveliness of the United forward. Gives it to Pogba. Back to the French player. Turns close to the halfway line. Goes past Pepe. Turns him round. Just doing a merry-go-round. Controlled brilliantly by Scott McTominay to find Captain Young on the far right inside, and somehow it's been a battle won by Saka on Ashley Young.
Absolutely.
And all day he'll keep doing that. All day he keep doing. You talk about youth up against experience. Ashley Young definitely not in his prime days or his heydays at this moment, and Saka full of enthusiasm, full of energy. Expect him to run rings, and we're only 26 minutes into this game. So I think
It's
maybe
going to be a long night.
Be a long night. I would have thought he would have switched, Ashley Young to the left-hand side and brought Tuanzebe to the right-hand side. But again,
managers,
like you say, Unai knows best, Ole knows best.
Hopefully, it's not going to be a red card, would it? That tackle on Socrates was really heavy, and it looks like Rashi, as the manager loves to reference him, will be the first Manchester United player to see the Arsenal jersey in form of a card. And yes, he gets the yellow card. It's not going to be contemplated, just going in with a sliding tackle, start high.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the Sin players get sent off for such tackles, but he just gets a yellow card. Marcus Rashford, the 28th minute, alongside James, players who have scored for Manchester United. They haven't done too much in terms of scoring goals. United scored more than one goal in only one of their last 11 Premier League matches, and that came in that opening fixture against Chelsea, which ended 4-0 in favour of the Red Devils. Here to come Torreira, fine supporting Callum Chambers on the right hand side, takes his time, rolls it into the penalty area, doesn't get to that position first before it's intercepted by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Still Chambers now, but his lost possession. Tuanzebe, brilliantly done, and eventually Harry Maguire comes to his rescue. The referee has given a free kick in favour of Manchester United.
I've been impressed with Tuanzebe, just as I've been impressed with Bukayo.
So it's an Arsenal United fixture, and the players who've shone brightest are Tuanzebe and Saka. Tells you we're in 2019. Xhaka cuts it down. United regain possession. Rashford tries to find support. He gets it successfully down. They're coming forward, hoping for something good. It's Andres Pereira. He's got the stutter step. Pereira strikes. Goalkeeper saves. Brilliantly done by Leno. Well, he's Brazilian, so those stutter steps will come in handy. Didn't look like a pressure moment for the Arsenal team, but great goalkeeping from Ben Leno to ensure Manchester United stay without a goal after 28 minutes. Great individual effort from Andres Pereira.
And good save from Leno. David Luiz was just stumbling all over the place, and I don't understand him. Definitely is the weakness in this Arsenal's defence, with all his experience.
Oh, Sir Alex Ferguson, the emotions. As a United fan and became manager in 1986, November 11, still feels the same. Goosebump. Remembers Alex when he joined Manchester United in 1986. Well, decided to just make a still Not often do you find United players move to the Arsenal and Arsenal players joining Manchester United. Feggy ensured that he could acquire someone, and that individual was Viv Anderson. A more familiar story about a player moving from either of this side. Robin van Persie did that in 2004, helped Manchester United to join them in 2012, helped them to the 20th Premier League title, the last which they've won. Not the best from Nicola Pepe, but still an effort nonetheless. This is at the short of target. It's got a highlight moment in this fixture after 30 minutes. Saka doing all of the hard work and Pepe doing absolutely no work.
He was calling for the ball like he was going to do something with it.
Terrible finish.
From a man who scores quite a number of goals, still Pepe has it now. Finds David Luiz. Well, he's going to get confused all over again. Guendouzi. This is an opportunity for Nick. He says he enjoys being recalled how he Saka has done brilliantly to go past two United players, and arguably the best player on the pitch, and hopes that this will get across to Kolasinac. Timely tackle from Young to keep it out of touch for Manchester United. It looks like he did get a touch of an Arsenal shirt based on Scott McTominay's gesture, but what an effort from Saka going past two United players. It should be an Arsenal corner.
Nigeria should be looking at this boy, trust me.
Well, except the referee's flag stayed up. It was actually down, and apparently it's a goal kick. A goal kick to Manchester United, surprising.
Weird.
Very. Half an hour of action played. United 0, Arsenal 0. Nicolas Pepe benefiting from a terrible pass from the United goalkeeper. Still Pepe close to the centre arc. Rolls it down to captain Granit Xhaka. Here's an opportunity for Socrates. Rolls it to Chambers. Infield play. Finds supporting Xhaka. Xhaka to David Luiz. Close to the halfway line now. Finds Guendouzi. To pass all the way back to the right hand side. Still an opportunity for the Arsenal. They've lost possession. They would regain quickly. Great skill there. He's gone down. Referee plays the advantage. Yet another free kick. This time it will be given. Guendouzi, the man who was fouled. And Andres Pereira, the Arsenal players, want him to be shown a yellow card. The referee having a conversation with the captains, Ashley Young and Granit Xhaka for United and Arsenal respectively. Definitely. And eventually, appeal falls on deaf ears. He will get his yellow card. Andres Pereira.
Is that for the first tackle or the second tackle?
For the second tackle on Guendouzi. That's the case where. So Arsenal get a free kick in. Not what you call an enticing position. Arsenal Football Club have conceded at least twice in each of their last 4 league games, but they've not let in 2 or more goals in 5 consecutive top flight games since 1985. That certainly deserves a yellow card over and over and over again. And even with the earlier tackle there from Scott McTominay, which the referee played on, I won't be surprised if it goes back to show him a yellow card. They've asked them to do that.
That's who get 2 yellows at the same time?
Yeah, it's a possibility. Yeah. Well, it's just Pereira who gets in this instance, and David Luiz can fancy this moment and make it completely his. 33 minutes out there at Old Trafford. Free kick to the Arsenal. It's closer to the halfway line at the penalty area. It will require some magic and technique. Well, this time it's supposed to be a training ground routine. Granit Xhaka just making a mess of that effort. And Callum Chambers helping them make even more mess. And the manager in charge of the game just says, well, I didn't teach you guys this in training. Certainly I did not.
Been a messy 30 minutes of football.
Well, indeed
really
it has
messy.
been.
Really messy.
That just details why they are 8th and 11th respectively on the Premier League table. And as I mentioned, quite strangely, United 11th with 8 points, Arsenal 8th with 11 points.
A win for Arsenal can take them to 4th though.
It will take them to 4th, the safe haven, some say, for Champions League football.
The trademark sport for Arsenal.
Arsene Wenger mentioned how that's like winning a football trophy, and the many Arsenal fans destroyed him verbally, because he's very much alive and having the time of his life. There's Nicolas Pepe for Arsenal. He's lost possession to Anzebe in contention for the MVP alongside Almost called him Zaka, but it's Saka. Bukola, chased down by Marcus Rashford is up against Kolasinac. Thrown it all the way back to find Scott McTominay. Here's Pogba. Pogba passes a waste. When Tuesday for Arsenal regains possession. Quickly, Thoraya has it. It's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, I should say. Saka's got the pace, but not too fast. You require both a roadrunner and a cheetah to get that ball before Saka does. Well, he's up. Unai Emery's applauding the Arsenal efforts. 35 minutes they haven't conceded at Old Trafford. That's good news. United also haven't. And for the neutrals, this feels like championship football played by Derby County and Leeds United.
Absolutely. It has to be the driest Man U versus Arsenal I've ever watched.
And there we were, getting set for this fixture with over 5 hours of prep. I could have been doing something better. Well, absolutely not.
Like watching Power?
I don't think so. I think I'm enjoying every second of this fixture. I even might enjoy more. Here comes Aubameyang with possession on the far left hand side. Floats one into the box. The volley might come from Nicola Pepe, and somehow he's just missed that opportunity. Straight to the safe hands of the goalkeeper. And I was mentioning this to the PSY about Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
Well, he's gone down completely on. Well, he got a bit of a tango from David Luiz. He's got 120% fit, and you've got to throw him into this for doubt of Greenwood's ability, some would say. But what an effort there from Nicola Pepe, and the goalkeeper just going down.
Rather tame effort, actually.
Yeah, just trying to make him look like he's done something great. He does have quality, Nicolas Pepe.
Sometimes too elaborate.
Indeed. Let's see how things will pan out. 36 minutes of action played at Old Trafford. Manchester United 0, Arsenal 0. You're tuning in to Nigeria Info, our Premier League coverage in partnership with our friends from the BBC. Young finds support on the far right inside. Pereira with a cross into the penalty area, headed out. Pogba can strike. He does just that. Doesn't go past the first wall. Twanzebe, brilliant interception, and somehow clash of knees. 2 players down, one in red, one in yellow. Well, it might be a cause for concern for a Manchester United player. Everyone hovering around the referee. If he shows the yellow card, it might be the second on the night.
I don't even understand who fouled who.
Well, 2 players are on the
I think he's giving the free kick to Arsenal.
Well, it's a Manchester United free kick.
Yeah, because he's pointing the other way.
Yeah. Just to mention again, the players who are on a yellow card. Marcus and Pereira for United. Callum Chambers for Arsenal.
Just a clash of knees.
Yeah, Scott McTominay and Nicolas Pepe. And that certainly would hurt. But players are up, they'll be fine. At least Pepe is the man who felt it the most. See if they would exchange words. Well, they really don't care. And he looks always with his game face, Scott McTominay. Happily gives out this sign that he's enjoying doing what he does. More of the countenance of a mercenary. 38 minutes, United 0, Arsenal 0. Free kick to come. It's just inches away from the centre arc. Twanzebe coming close. Pogba is somewhere in the penalty arc. Ashley Young will take this free kick for Manchester United. About 7 United players just hovering around the penalty area. It's taken, it's headed down, and it's headed out. Well, it's cleared out, should I say, and the assistant on the far right inside flag for the opt-in time goes up against Manchester United. Lindelof, Harry Maguire, I should say, the most expensive defender born in Sheffield. At a height of 194 centimeters, you cannot hide, particularly when you go for this aerial balls. 39 minutes. It's been just the 2 teams sizing each other for this long. Not many short on target, not many off. This is the longest sparring session in a football game you'd find. Over this week, continue to keep tabs. The World Athletics Championship is ongoing in Doha. Team Nigeria not doing too good. Blessing Kagbare and Divine Ududu, both athletes who won the appeal to race to the 200 meters. They've successfully lost out. And let's see how well they can aid Nigeria's quest to pick gold in the relays. The first talking to the referee, Kevin Friend, having a conversation with Bukola Saka.
Y'all keep remixing his name. He said Busayo, you said Bukola.
No, it's actually
Bukayo.
It's Bukayo. It's Bukayo right there. Oh, he's Nigerian. Call him what I want to call him.
Remix.
It is Bukayo Saka. Just
And his shirt was actually being tugged, but the referee wouldn't see it from his position.
he's a small man.
And VAR would not interfere because, it's
That's
not
not
part
a
of what they...
problem. Yeah, it's not going to end the world, Tipsy. There's no need to waste technology, some would say. Oh, 5 minutes left. We have time. And, some would say it's an expected scoreline so far. Even as United try to drive through on the right-hand side. Pereira chasing that work. Kolasinac doing all of the man work. And just keeping Pereira at bay to throw for Arsenal. Close to the corner flag on the left-hand side of Arsenal's defence. Right side of Manchester United attack. A reminder, the Arsenal are facing Strengthford End. Manchester United playing the other way. Go ahead, Tipsy.
I was going to say, if Nicolas Pepe continues with the poor way he started this game, I won't be surprised if the Brazilian, the youngster Martinelli, comes on. He scored a brace in the Carabao Cup for the Arsenal and he's on the bench. So if Pepe continues with his misplaced passes and not influencing the game anyway he's been playing in this so-called first 40 minutes of this game, I'm sure the Brazilian Martinelli will come on, and I can't wait to actually see him in an English Premier League game.
It'll be interesting to get a picture of Martinelli. Likewise, the man who is on loan from Real Madrid, Tobias. But here's Manchester United. They're trying as much as they can. James swings it across into the penalty area. Kolasinac with the interception. Aubameyang coming all the way deep to support. Here's it's gone down. Guendouzi. Free kick will come Arsenal way. And maybe a yellow card to the captain. It won't be a yellow card to the Manchester United captain, Ashley Young, who went in hard and becomes the third Manchester United player to be shown a yellow card in this game. Great composure from Guendouzi. Knew exactly what he had to do. Ooh.
That's some serious clattering there.
And replay again, that I would feel the collision right here in the studio, and just wondering exactly why he had to go in hard on the Arsenal man. And yet again, straight pass, goal kick to Manchester United. This is quite a fixture. Many would agree. The rivalry hasn't really begun. Unai Emery, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, there's nothing to tag them rivals. Absolutely nothing.
I think it's a fixture where we spend too much time dwelling on history, the past, the records and all that statistics.
That's the only way to survive it.
Rather than consider the quality of the personnel that we're going to always play in this game.
I mean, check out these stats. After 40 minutes, 2 attempts each on goal and 1 on target for both clubs.
Well, this could be an opportunity for Marcus Rashford. He's in the penalty area, strikes, doesn't get to the goalkeeper. Such astute defending from Socrates. Oh, and Callum Chambers also supporting. It was Guendouzi who gave away possession. Felt like he got
should have been
bullied.
a foul.
It should have been a free kick. And certainly, maybe if Rashford had scored, VAR could have intercepted that opportunity, just like Socrates did. If he wears the number 5 shirt, he does well, giving out that 5-star tackle.
Rashford should not be starting this game because a fit
Doesn't look
Rashford
really
will
fit.
put that away.
Well, let's see if Arsenal can put us away. An opportunity might ensue for Saka. Bukayo, even as they do, Pogba with his skill, going past his fellow player. And this time around, Manchester United's lingered, floats into the far right hand side. Change of position now. James has it. Pereira, I should say. Pereira strikes. Hits the sheen of Kolasinac. Corner kick to Manchester United. Well, this is the final 3 minutes, giving us all of the entertainment we anticipated in the first 42. Young, hasty to take the corner. Not sure why.
Time to shine. Get an assist, maybe.
And it's not going to be one-legged, because if Pereira could actually use his left leg in that position that he found himself, it would have been a great way to cut the ball in, but he went with his right leg and that took the chance away.
Young goes to the short corner to find support. It's rolled infield, swung in settly, and the header comes in. No one to connect with it. And Manchester United might be heat on the break. Arsenal coming forward. It's a 3-on-4 situation. The pass is almost perfect. It is perfect. Saka should make it count for Arsenal. He's up against just one man. Great total step. Great strike. Brilliant save. Guendouzi returns the favour. Yet another save from David De Gea. What an effort from Arsenal. Great counter-attacking play. And even better goalkeeping, no doubt. One of the best in the world. Manchester United's David De Gea. Fortunate pass from Pepe. And certainly Saka made him walk, earned every penny he earns at Manchester United. And the frustration on the face of Guendouzi tells the story. That could have been Arsenal opening up Manchester United in the first 44th minute. What a save from the goalkeeper, ensuring that he didn't get bit at his near post. The corner is taken. United might break away this time around. Do they have the pace? Maybe from Pereira. He's got support in James. James does have it. He's got two United players on the left hand side. The goalkeeper is off his line. Still James. Rolls it down. Rashford doesn't get to the ball first. Still United down. Danger not diverted. Pogba doesn't get to it. An opportunity. Scott McTominay! Scott McTominay! He's done it! His first Premier League goal this season. What a strike! You didn't see that coming. Neither did we in the studio. What a strike from Scott McTominay. It did look completely selfless. The pass from Rashford and the strike right out of the box gives the midfielder his first of the 2019-20 campaign. That's how you counter-attack. Well, forgive me for being too jubilant. That was phenomenal football from Manchester United. Manchester United won, Arsenal 0. Scott McTominay right at the death of the first half. What a strike from him.
What a strike. I mean, Ben Leno was getting nowhere close to that ball. He kind of opened his body up like he was going to play it to the far right, and he went for the left. Leno could not even make a dive. I want to see if there was a ricochet or a deflection. Absolutely
Nothing.
Great goal from Scott McTominay. The last 5 minutes of this match has served us what the first 40 minutes could not serve us. End-to-end stuff. Just when we thought Bukayo Saka or Guendouzi was going to score for them, for Arsenal, Manchester United came storming back with a serious counter-attack. We thought that move was gone because Marcus Rashford could not get to the pass, but he managed to recoup the ball and passed it backwards. And great goal for Scott McTominay.
It might just take eternity, some say, for Arsenal to get yet another victory at Old Trafford. But the performance before the goal almost buried that expectation. But that's some special strike. Could have mentioned how great it was. 46 minutes of action played, 2 minutes of stoppage time, and Arsenal might get maybe that breakthrough before the half-hour mark as the cameras pan on Nicola Pepe. 46. And of all the players on the pitch, Samuel, if you thought we'll get the first goal from a United player, it didn't have to come from Scott McTominay.
Didn't have to be, and I personally have always been someone who's wondered why McTominay gets the start ahead of Nemanja Matic, but this is the sort of occasion that tells you to shut your mouth, really. He just shut me up, and what a goal. That
was a brilliant goal.
Brilliant strike, brilliant strike, and top corner, goalkeeper had no chance.
He didn't see it.
Not at all, and I thought he lost that chance where, he was trying to get away from the referee, and he still got that clean connection on the ball. So what a strike by McTominay. Great goal for such a young star who's growing in leaps and bounds for Manchester United. So what a way to end the game. Fantastic game. It's a game that's just dragged, ebbed and flowed really, but to get this sort of closing to the game is really, really exciting for Manchester United, and to go in front, maybe not deservedly, but they take what they get at this point in time.
That's exactly how it is. What a first 3 minutes, well, 45 minutes given to us. We saw all of the action in the final 3 minutes, and Scott McTominay right at the death of the first 45 with a goal worthy of contention to be one of the goal of this match week. And United take their tails happily, dangling into the break, knowing full well 45 minutes, it's all that separates them from a victory against one of their fiercest rivals in the Premier League. Half time from Old Trafford, Manchester United 1, Arsenal 0. Go straight into the market for bills, pay as many as we can, and when we return we'll interact with you. And we've got an interview conducted by Bola with one of Manchester United's greatest players, Rio Ferdinand. And also, yes, for those who partook in Identify for the month of September, I will be unveiling who is our 5,000 Naira winner. All of this after the break. This is our coverage of all things football on Nigeria Info. And it's Monday night's game from the Theatre of Dreams, where Manchester United lead after 45 minutes. We'll be back. we'll pick one name, and that person goes home with the monthly prize of 5,000 naira. More they go.
And 012773993. This is Nigeria Info. We are listening.
Quarter-5 underway. Manila team, your commentator for this broadcast, TI to the PSY, and Samuel Akman in the studio. So we taking you through hopeful comeback for the Arsenal. Manchester United consolidating on their first half performance. Let's get the opening remarks of the gents. Starting off with you, Samuel. Your expectations for the second half?
More from Arsenal, definitely more attacking intent. It's in the first half. It was a case of the semi-final ball, not even the final ball, being very, very poor. So I expect them to do better. They need to get more of their creative players, if any, in this first half, more on the ball. Pepe seems to be the only outlet for them. So maybe he needs to do more in terms of producing the ball a bit quicker, and creativity has to be better. So I think more from Arsenal in the second half. United can only but hold on to this lead and hope it stays that way at the very least.
Tipsy?
Well, I just have to talk about Pepe. He attempted the most crosses than any other person in the first half, and all of them were unsuccessful. So we need more from Nicolas Pepe. Talking about Arsenal, Manchester United, they should just keep up the pace. I think they played better than Arsenal, if you ask me, in the first half. Maybe they did not deserve the win, the lead, as at the end of the first half, but I just love to see more intensity from this game. I love to see the second half, being played like the last 5 minutes of the first half.
Fair enough. No changes to mention. None from Emery,
yet.
None from Solskjaer. Surprising for many. Thought Pepe wouldn't come out of the dressing room for the second half. I think it might just be one player who will see out the entirety of this fixture. The lines are buzzing, so I'm going to take early calls. As I mentioned, also, if you hear your name, you are in pole position to win the monthly prize for Identify the month of September. It airs every Monday from 9:30 to 10. If you got gifted at Identifying Voices, you want to join in and just have fun. I try to do sporting personalities. Weekly winners get airtime top up. At the end of the month, there's a collation and one name is selected, and that person goes home with a monthly prize of 5,000 naira. So the short list: Ike, Ademola Samuel, David Adeshino. Gonna mention that. Bandy, I remember selecting you because of the uniqueness of your name and the fact that you also got correctly the question. Waris, there's Roland, there's Ogusoya Aziz, and then there's Ayo Deji. So those are the guys who are in contention. I'm going to fold this paper at a point, and Samuel will be the one who will decide your fate. He'll be the one to select just one when the time comes. Again, Ayodeji, Gusoya Aziz, Roland, Waris, Bandy, David Adeshino, Ademola Samuel, and Ike. I think there's a David too. All right, maybe it's the same David Adeshino. So basically, when the time comes, we'll let you know. Arsenal are playing from left to right in the second half. No changes made, as we mentioned. Manchester United are defending from right to left. Now they are facing the Stretford end. It's pretty much where you've got the Ultras, as they call it. Pepe will take the very first corner for Arsenal in the second half. It's Arsenal's third of the game. And already pictures on the Greek player, Socrates Papastatopoulos. And it's a short corner taken. Finds the most impressive Arsenal player in the first half, Bukayo Saka. Rolls it infield for Torreira. Back to Pepe. The floats one into the penalty area, and no yellow shirt there to connect. Granit Xhaka has it. sends it to the far left hand side. Onside, Aubameyang is up against Scott McTominay. Aubameyang floated in, easy catch for the goalkeeper, David De Gea.
It's disappointing, Emmanuel, when you see Arsenal play the way they played. There was a chance for a corner kick, and you had the likes of David Luiz and Socrates go up for that one, and then Arsenal decided to take a short corner, and for all of 2-3 minutes, seconds rather, hold on to the ball and trying to pass it around. Why get these guys up front if you know you're not going to put in a cross? And you've got the delivery and the quality there, but Arsenal, it's the same story for Arsenal. Not so much change from the first half, but here they come again in the second half with David Guendouzi, and then it goes to nothing in the end. So Arsenal really not doing anything different from what they've done in the first half. Hopefully, in the next couple of minutes, they will change it in the second half.
All right, let's take a couple of goals. Even as United have an opportunity to counter-attack. I've got a player who's got pace, Marcus Rashford, but I also have experience in Socrates and David Luiz. Let's quiz in maybe 3 calls and focus on the commentary. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome.
My name is Lawrence.
All right, Lawrence, go ahead.
Yeah, first time caller.
First time caller. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, that's it. Shaka. Well done.
I hear your commentary and I like them well.
Thank you.
Yeah, good one for Man United.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I'm a Chelsea fan.
Oh, congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Thank you too for calling. First timer. We love you. Hi, good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, hi.
Good evening. This is Naomi on the line.
Welcome, Naomi.
Please, can you give me those on the bench for Arsenal?
All right. Well, Arsenal almost equalised. I'm going to give you... You want to stay on the line and listen?
Yes.
Okay, good. For Arsenal, they've got Emiliano Martinez, Danny Ceballos, Maitland-Niles, Rob Holding, Rhys Nelson, Joseph Willock, and Gabriel Martinelli.
Satisfied?
Apparently not. If you're satisfied, you don't hang up. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Good evening.
You've got to speak up, please. We can barely hear you.
Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry, I was going to... Is starting this match?
Who?
Mesut. He's not even on the bench.
He's not even on the bench.
I'm not going to lose this game for sure.
Just because Ozil is not on the bench?
Play just one game. Just one
Thank
game.
you.
Hello.
Hello, good evening, Femi The Gang.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, one game.
Football without violence.
Yeah, please, I wanted to ask a question. Late minutes to the first half call, when Manchester United scored, aside of you yelling through the goal, the rest of the gang, they were like, what was happening? Are they Arsenal fans or what?
It's no surprise.
One is... I don't know about the other.
Clearly not.
Yes, exactly. Sorry for that. Anyway, Man U all the way. I'm a United fan. My name is Lawa.
All right. And you're on the road, I guess.
Definitely, I am.
Drive safely, man. All right.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right. Take care. And sure, last man, don't go sleep. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome.
It's Salvation calling for you, Koi.
That's a powerful name you have, Salvation. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm enjoying you through radio.
Okay, that's good.
Gracias.
But actually, this Arsenal, even though most of the time, even if Man United are not in their best, they used to win Arsenal. What is that good thing about Arsenal? Always, they will not just let them make sure that they break this yoke now. Always, anytime, even no matter how bad Man U is, still, they will still manage to win Arsenal. I don't know why.
I don't know. I think it's psychological. I said I was going to pick 3 calls.
The boogie team.
This will be the final caller for now. Hello.
Good evening, guys.
Yes, good evening.
One game.
Football without violence.
This is Peter from Lagos Island.
All right, welcome, Peter. Go ahead.
I'm enjoying, the commentary from you guys. In fact, I said it before this match that if Man U see Arsenal, whether they are dying, they will resurrect at that time. I'm telling you. I said that the worst Man U will get for this match is a draw.
It looks like.
And this is how it's going. I wish them good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. Well, Saka, Samuel, your reaction was for his genius or accident? I don't understand.
I think it's a bit of both.
Almost a combination, actually.
A bit of both.
Oh, Kolasinac, the camera's panning him. Sied. He's got his curly hair. And it's the man who fought off those bad guys for Ozil, right?
Yeah.
So
you need friends like him.
Yeah, everyone does. Well, speaking of changes, That's the man you're looking for. But this is Ceballos who's
Yeah,
coming
this is
on.
Well, he's a very creative player, and just as Samuel said in the first half, our midfield was
Arsenal's midfield.
Yeah, Arsenal's midfield. Well, I'm wearing an Arsenal jersey, so our midfield was too defensive-minded. Now we need someone more creative, and that has to be Ceballos. For the Martinelli that I'm talking about, he's a striker, and I'm looking at him being changed for Pepe if Pepe does not improve in this half.
Free kick to come. What a change it would be if it's Ceballos who masterminds this comeback. But David Luiz will take the free kick.
He's wasted so many of these kind of free kicks playing for us now so far.
But there's no one who can challenge him. He's taking it in somehow. Well, takes the deflection. Not bad. He gets a corner off it. Looked like it wasn't actually going wide. He was trying to call the ball, and then he got off the back of Lindelof. Combining with Harry Maguire and now Scott McTominay. All of the Manchester United players are in the box. Just trying as much as they can to ensure nothing evil comes out of this corner. Quickly taken. Here's Bukayo. Floats into the far left-hand side. Headed back into the penalty area. Straight to the safe hands of the goalkeeper. United's number 1, David De Gea Quintana. And that's a powerful pass from De Gea to the far right-hand side. Get the ball across to James. He's got about 4 United players running through. It could be a problem for us now. What a cross! What a header from Luiz! Well, it was actually Guendouzi. Timely interception. That's some incredible near assist from David De Gea to lay free James on the far right-hand side. And what a pass from James. The cross was almost telepathic. Finding Marcus Rashford, who was on rushing until that interception from Danny. Well, Guendouzi I'm going to mention. Oh, if he hadn't connected, it could have been United's second. But they've got a corner to take, and he will stay put in the box to defend. Pogba is currently man-marked by Sead Kolasinac. The Manchester United captain, Young, struggling with the corner flag. He wants to take it with a right. Well, it's going to be an out and in swinger. Depends on how he plays this corner. It's a bit of both. It's got back Scott McTominay. Second time unlucky. Well, it was actually Andres Pereira in that instance. If it was caught, it might be his brace. And quickly the cameras were panned on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the Manchester United manager, who said prior to this fixture that he never admitted it was going to be easy. There are going to be ups and downs. When we lose a game, we have to trust ourselves and what we're doing. The culture is there. There are no issues with attitude, work rate or desire. United lost to West Ham United. Their last Premier League fixture happened at the London Stadium. And speaking of London teams, Manchester United, having lost consecutively, as the case were, consecutive home games to London teams. Surprising to see the Schmeichels there, Kasper, and well, not surprising to see the dad there, certainly.
Father and son.
Father and son. Listen to him. Well, United might have gifted Arsenal an equaliser. Aubameyang, he takes it. Oh, the flag is up for offside.
Even I knew that was off from here. How could he pass that ball?
Tony Aubameyang had scored. Well, he bit the goalkeeper over the hair, but the referee's assistant flag, or the assistant referee's flag, I should say, was up. Well, he's onside. No. It's got to count. Settle the ball.
Yeah.
It's got to count. It has to stand. We will certainly have to be VAR called upon.
We have not.
It will be called upon, and if it's called upon, that goal will be given based on where the action stopped.
Definitely.
It's going to be a goal.
Because so far in the EPL, we know that VAR do not like to overturn what the referee decides.
They will have to do this.
But they have to overturn this one. This one
currently VAR is checking, and it's checked. It's a goal! It's a goal! Well, certainly a goal. Arsenal are back in it, and it's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and now the celebration can come. Everyone hovering around him and just giving him one embraces. Oh, I can tell you, aside from Old Trafford and Anfield, no board to display, so it just shows where the score is.
One of the few stadiums,
just to actually Anfield and Old Trafford, of all the 20 match venues. And he's very lukewarm with his Spider-Man celebration. What a pass that was, yet again from Bukayo Saka.
But how could the linesman actually raise his flag? Because the defender, I'm not sure who
right in front of him. It was Harry Maguire.
He had his eyes on the Arsenal player rather than the Manchester United player that was close to him. So,
for the opt-in time, Harry Maguire and his timing.
And probably for the first time, I'll say thank God for VAR.
There was no way, Tipsy, that would have been chalked off. There was no way. And Arsenal's celebration will not be subdued. 60 minutes of action played. Manchester United 1, Arsenal 1. Oh, to my friend Mia Nikiri, pretty much want to say congratulations to you if you listen to my call for this particular fixture. Arsenal are coming forward again for a second. Saka!
Whoa!
What a missed opportunity from the teenager, just right in the box. Well, he's some sort of torment for United now. Completely game-faced, and Arsenal are gradually running riot. What a cutback from Chambers. That should be a goal.
And what a pass from Guendouzi. Guendouzi is actually starting to pull the strings in this second half.
Oh,
Took a deflection.
it was Guendouzi to Chambers, Chambers to Saka, and Saka's strike. Had to take a deflection to keep that out. Well, he's certainly in contention for man of the match. Here's Ceballos. That introduction has changed everything. Still Ceballos, well, he's going to be offside. Pepe tried to align himself. I think he's offside now. Referee's flag stays down, rolls it in, caught short. Saka has it, danger man. Ceballos still floats it. Confusion in the box for United, and it's gone out of touch for a goal kick. Now Nakiva Sai. The best possible start from an Arsenal perspective, Tipsy.
I don't understand these corner kicks. Probably something from the training ground, but since Ceballos has come on, even before Ceballos came on, they were doing it. But just play the corner directly. Even though they are not great in the air, talking about Arsenal attacking corner kicks, but I just love to see more from them, and good to see that Ceballos has come on. He is very, very creative. He knows how to deliver balls also very well. That particular Arsenal goal was gifted by Manchester United, so they had to. I'm not sure which. Do you remember which particular player made that mistake? Because
it was Harry Maguire who stayed onside. That's why it's not the first time he's doing it this season. It's not the first time United have lingered up against Arsenal. Here's the man I mentioned. It's found to Nzebe on the left-hand side. Turns to his stronger foot. Rolls it infield to find Scott McTominay, goal scorer number 1. Lining up. Absolutely beautiful nonsense, I should say. The first stray pass is given away tonight. It's still raining out here at Old Trafford. The manager Zach's the guys on the bench for Manchester United fans. Here are your substitutes. Sergio Romero, well, if David here gets injured. Juan Mata, whose book is finally out. He's pleaded with everyone to talk about the book. Marcos Rojo, Nemanja Matic, there's Fred, there's Bronnan Williams, and a man who I think would have a run in, Mason Greenwood.
Yeah, he just went out to jog right now. Tomorrow is his birthday, actually. He turns 18 tomorrow.
He does.
And if he actually started this game, he would have been the youngest Manchester United player ever to start a game.
Here they come, United still playing at Old Trafford. Here to lose to Arsenal in 27 Premier League fixtures. They're trying as much as they can to ensure that it's not consecutive defeat against London teams. Arsenal are trying to achieve one over a team they always struggle against, regardless of form. Heston Zembe doesn't get to play too many games. Turns infield. United playing from right to left. A reminder. And Arsenal playing from left to right. Pogba, well, with a blinding pass, finds Lingard. Lingard to score McTominay. Here they come. James with a strike. Doesn't go past Kolasinac. Lewis is down. Well, it's got to be Guendouzi who's down.
Again, has to be the best Arsenal player on the pitch tonight. And it's
for 3 games, actually. For 3 games.
And you wonder why the knives are still out for him, looking at the performances he puts in for Arsenal every week. But that was a smart finish from
Poacher's goal.
Classic.
Just looking at the reaction from the Arsenal players. The death of the assistant referee's flag up. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer complaining. Not sure why. If he had seen the replay as we did.
Well, I don't blame him for complaining. He's actually chasing his 5th win in 15 games. He's only had 4 wins in the last 14 games, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Well, in all fairness, actually, under Manchester United, well, under Solskjaer,
since becoming the permanent manager, actually.
Fair enough. Then.
Since becoming the permanent manager.
14 wins, 6 draws, 7 defeats. He's matched the result of Jose in Jose's final 27 matches. Similar results. I don't know how this managers get to do it.
And as for Emre, he's not done better than Unai Emery. He's not done better than Arsene Wenger in the last couple of games. Last number of games that he's been in charge.
Pereira for United, right in the box, strikes one. Pogba can make it count! Pogba! Just inches wide! Oh, the Manchester United midfielder thought he had put United ahead for the 2nd time in the game. Just an inch closer. It could have been United second. Well, he did fall kindly. Oh, he should be scoring that. Pretty much looked like a free kick without the interference of the Arsenal wall.
He tried to bend it round.
He actually tried
boarding
doing
curve
that
on time.
Pretty much need tutorial, some would say, from and the chance of possible handball. Thought that would have been quite interesting for the referee to award it.
Harsh is the right word.
Yeah. 65 minutes, Manchester United 1, Arsenal 1. Monday night football. There's plenty of engagements. Tuesdays, there's the Champions League. Wednesday, even more Champions League games. Thursday,
Europa League.
Arsenal and Manchester United return.
And the thing about Europa League is, how can Arsenal and Man U be playing on a Monday
when they have Europa League football?
FA never helps these teams.
Oh, they do actually. 72 hours is enough to get your oil back, and also the fact that the two teams are not making trips. Arsenal just take the train back to London. Manchester United players just over around. They play at Old Trafford in the Europa League, so it's not about distance. Both teams are in England for their Europa League game, so it makes sense, and you know how much TV money comes in. And they don't have a problem to it. They're enjoying themselves. Everyone is watching this fixture, even those who know nothing about the Premier League. Here's Callum Chambers. My colleague Bimbo would always mention how two halves never equal in football games. Arsenal looked livelier in the second 10-15 minutes, which has actually amounted to a goal scored by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, making it 7 in 7 games. As Arsenal's high boots, free kick should come, referee doesn't give it. Bukayo Saka has it now, floats it to the far right. Oh, that's a brilliant pass, but a better interception from Tuanzebe. Straight to the goalkeeper, David De Gea.
And he's been good, Tuanzebe. They've hardly missed Aaron Wan-Bissaka in this game.
It's hard to mention that United have a player like that, based on Tuanzebe's performance after 67 minutes. But here's the most expensive defender in the world. Hasn't shown that so far. Harry Maguire. Every time he plays, that tag will be on him. He took it off Virgil van Dijk, UEFA's best player and Liverpool's undisputed best central defender.
And I wish Leicester City could say they are missing him, but they really are not.
Oh, they acquired that man. You taught me how to pronounce his name.
Salah.
Yeah, Sonchu. That's the one I was talking about. Leicester City's central defender. Is that his first name?
Yeah, Salah Soyuncu.
Yeah,
Soyuncu,
you were the one teaching me that on
Salah Soyuncu.
Yeah, Soyuncu. And if it's pronounced as it's spelled, it would be Soyuncu. United are coming forward, trying to get something special, but great interception. Rashford coming through. Lingard would intercept. He does it successfully. Free kick gives the referee. Referee gives the free kick.
Super Guendouzi. He's everywhere.
He's like a rash on the Manchester United players, and he's gifted Jesse Lingard a happy birthday gift. It's not his birthday, but just take this yellow card and find what's written on it. It's your name, Jesse.
As far as I'm concerned, Guendouzi is good to go to be the captain of this Arsenal team.
Too early,
even
Tipsy.
at 20.
Too early.
I don't care.
Too early, Tipsy.
Y'all didn't say too early when it was Cesc Fabregas that was captain at that age.
How you compare Fabregas?
The so-called captain of this team, Xhaka, where has he been in the how many minutes have we seen in the second half? Somewhere on the pitch, invisible,
Well, that's the
lead
guy.
by example.
He's
Come
leading
on.
by example. Jesse Lingard might be the sacrificial lamb, but he's not going to have his dance moment. That's a terrible camera lens pan on the face of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's terrifying to see.
Almost looks like Wenger.
Well, doesn't look like Arsene Wenger.
Anything but a baby face.
Well, I mentioned the last 3 fixtures, Arsenal recorded wins against Manchester United. Solskjaer was still active. Played in them.
Even in that 2006 that Adebayo scored the winner?
Pretty much not that. Talking about fixtures at Old Trafford.
Okay.
69 minutes. United still have the tails up based on possession. Here's Lingard. He's on the yellow but can still play. Fine support on the far left hand side. He's been quiet, but here's James. Turns in. Well, tries to get the ball across. Corner kick to Manchester United. And Young would happily jog down and say thank you for gifting me yet another camera moment. Daniel James and Matteo Guendouzi. He's got a very beautiful smile, Matteo Guendouzi. Might be the effect of his hair.
How does a guy determine another guy's beautiful smile?
You know, the thing about life is license on perception. It is actually. It's like saying who's the best player. It's the same mindset. It's the same brain cell that tells you when someone's smile is pretty. Here's Young with a corner for Manchester United.
Whoa.
How did he miss it? A brace was caught, McTominay erased. No precision. What a corner from Young. Oh, he was completely unmarked. How did Guendouzi not see him?
Not Guendouzi, David Luiz.
How did David Lewis not say him? And how does Scott McTominay not score? Unbelievable. Even, well, the United bench. They're coming close for a second. Go ahead, Tipsy.
I can't wait for Tierney or Rob Holding or whoever to starting for Arsenal.
Here they come, United. We'll talk about the starting.
Is a calamity at the moment.
Rashi.
Was that a shot or a pass or what?
Oh, he's playing for a corner kick. How is that a corner? It took absolutely no contact, Samuel, and he's complaining.
Definitely none. I think it's high time he gets substituted in this game. Has absolutely limited impact on this one, but who's he going to replace, or who's going to come on for
Greenwood.
him?
Yeah, Mason.
Greenwood scored in the last game that he started against Astana.
It's not about the goals.
Well, actually, back-to-back.
Back-to-back, exactly.
Because he scored in the League Cup too.
I think it's about the impact he's going to have in the game.
The same impact that the Rashford had in his first game ever, starting.
Definitely, Greenwood isn't a Rashford, so you can understand why.
Well, I've successfully folded the names. Samuel is holding the hearts of someone who will win 5,000 naira tonight. On Identify, so we'll get to that in a bit. Granit Xhaka, the man Tipsy has scored upon, and he's done well defending.
Now you've seen him.
Oh, he has. He's just failed a Manchester United player. The Premier League weekend saw exciting games. That certainly should be more than a free kick. Granit's just going in. Should be getting a yellow card in all fairness.
Totally left the ball and just went to block Scott.
Oh, there's no way he was going to get the Scott first. And David Lewis was on rushing. Doesn't get a yellow card, just a caution. So the free kick will come. Young to take it. 6 Manchester United players in the penalty area.
And what is it with Young taking all the set pieces with his right leg? Because it looks like he's going to take this one with the right also.
The right. If he takes it with the left, he'll be the most gifted player to do that. The stipulated yards observed by the Arsenal 2-man wall. Lindelof right behind Guendouzi. He swings it into the box. Lindelof for Manchester United calls it back, and it's cleared out by David Luiz.
Yes, he does something right.
And it's gone out of touch for a Manchester United throw. What an effort. Brilliantly done by Lindelof. Well, Harry Maguire, got to mention rather.
Probably should have been going for goal there.
No, he would have missed that opportunity. Yes, he was indeed. Very difficult for him to get a shot on target. Here they come. Great play from Pereira. Still no change made by Manchester United. Arsenal have made a change. Ceballos coming on. That's great run. United calls it back. And somehow Marcus Rashford's effort is obliterated by the presence. Even as we speak, a double change. Mason and Fred. Off my heart. It's the end of Lingard. And question mark, who'll be taken off a Mason Greenwood?
Has to be Rashford.
Resist that temptation.
I think so. I don't know why he's going to take off Rashford. He looks very fit, but that's the manager's headache.
Looks very fit.
He does. He's played 72 minutes. Corner taken. Headed out. Oh, this time Arsenal might try to break free. He's got pace, Bukayo, but not before Scott gets to the ball first. Great interception by the Manchester United players. They come attacking. It's Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire! Goalkeeper saves. How do you do that? Certainly has played back the clip of Hanson Company last season. That's a brilliant strike from the Manchester United central defender. That's a striker's strike. Harry Maguire.
Clean contact.
And he doesn't know how to hit them. That was why I was suggesting he should have gone for goal in the last one.
The changes will be made before the corner. Maybe the corner before the changes. They say you don't make changes when you want to take corners. So the corner will come. Goalkeeper should make it easy. He's gone down. The referee should help him out. Does just that. Always protect the goalkeeper. Maguire is complaining, but all of those complaints will fall on deaf ears. As Bernard Leno, the man who joined Arsenal from Leverkusen for no amount. Well, Arsenal will also make a change. It's Jesse Lingard, easy call for Fred. And who's going to come off now for Mason? That's the big question. Pereira. It is Andres Pereira. He cannot just... The temptation of taking off Marcus Rashford.
So they are going for the kill.
It is actually. So Mason Greenwood, whose birthday is same day Nigeria turns 59.
Pepe's off.
Nicolas Pepe has seen enough of football. And all of his fantasy Premier League honours, he gives them a 2. And the man who's come in is Reels Nelson. Has got pace.
I'd have preferred Willock to him.
Yeah, almost similar style they play. Chris Nelson and Willock. 75 minutes, quarter of an hour left. So I juggle the paper. Samuel, you'll be responsible for the identify 5,000 winner. Are you ready?
I am.
Arsenal have helped us. They want us to do it quickly. They've gone all the way back to their goalkeeper and say, guys, get off with this prediction. Sam, just one, please. And you can open it. All the names are typed. So congratulations to the name he will mention. You are identified winner for September. And you get the 5,000 naira. Ayodeji.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
With some panache.
Someone's 5,000 naira, man. What a cute. Shake it, please.
Ayodeji,
Congratulations. Thank you so much. So there you go. Ayodeji, you've won the 5,000 naira for September. As usual, we'll get in touch with you. He's gotten down again. Contender for MVP. His name is Genduzi. He's gone all the way back to find Socrates. Now it's David Luiz from one Harry to another. It's floated the ball. That's a terrible pass from David Luiz. I'm hoping to get Rios Nelson involved. Yet to get a touch of the ball. Eventually does, but it's a free kick. James has gone down. Tackle from
the overly gingered
Matteo Guendouzi. I just like him. I think he plays with so much confidence. Now, final 15 minutes, Sam. What are we to expect?
Well, on the basis of the last 15 minutes, I think the game has opened up a bit with the substitutions we've seen from both managers. United clearly looking like they're going for the kill in this one with the substitutions for Greenwood and Fred coming on. And for Arsenal, Ceballos, he came in with a lot of promise. The first 5 minutes, the creativity, had a hand in that goal Arsenal scored. But since then, I think he's stilled off a bit, struggled to keep with the intensity of the game. I wondered someone that's just coming into the game should be a bit more industrious in the game. But United seem to be the better team in the last 5 minutes. So it's all setting up for a very, very enticing last 14 minutes of this game. And the basis of the last minutes we've seen in this one, again, always talking about the last minutes in this game, I think United just have the upper hand with going forward. They really look like the real deal in the last couple of minutes. So expecting United to give a real shout in the last minutes of this game.
And Captain Xhaka just got himself a yellow.
Well, quite a number of Arsenal jerseys and card. Callum Chambers, Granit Xhaka for Manchester United, Marcus Rashford, Pereira, who's been taken off for Mason Greenwood. Also on a yellow card, Jesse Lingard, who's been taken off for Fred, a yellow card, and Ashley Young, the Manchester United captain, also on a yellow card. Arsenal have made just one change. Well, Tipsy called for Wheelock.
He's on.
Well, he will be called upon, and maybe it's time to say arrivederci to Bukayo Saka. He's done well in this game, I think. Or maybe a tweak of formation and take off Granit Xhaka.
Take off Torreira. Torreira's almost been invincible.
They've taken off
Torreira's already off.
They took him off for Dani Ceballos, yes.
Okay.
What were you thinking?
And I don't think he will try taking off Guendouzi in this game. So
or maybe Xhaka.
Are you kidding?
Xhaka seems.
I don't know.
Xhaka
Bukayo seems like the shining light in this Arsenal team. So why would you want to take him off?
Well, my money's on Bukayo Saka to get taken off. Let's see what the manager will do. He gets paid. We just get the opportunities. Brilliantly done from James. He's in the penalty area. Gets a corner. Oh, that's some excellent play from James to go past to Arsenal. The players just close to the penalty area on the right-hand side. Oh, brilliantly done. It was Saka. He just went past. And that corner will come. Still the same man to take. Just try to estimate his hit map. Ashley Young. The corner is very important. Socrates is up against Harry Maguire. The battle of the number 5s. It's taken all the way back. It's called McTominay. Well, returns the favour. It's not over yet. It's still in the penalty area. Bit of commotion and eventually Fred. Just fries that opportunity away. And certainly Solskjaer wouldn't be happy with that. Looking back at replay again at a moment where Scott McTominay returned the favour right, and we thought it was going to be no problem. Looked like the ball had gone out of touch, but the cameras were pan. It is going to be Bukayo Saka, Tipsy. We do this job and we try to be as perfect as possible with the calls. He's had a great game. Yeah, he has had a great game.
If they were bringing on a striker like Martinelli, I'd have understood, but for Willock, doesn't add up to me.
It's hard. 70 never added up to you, Tipsy. For you, as the case where
only a goal will
suffice. 10 minutes in, Oh, we've seen 2-3 goals scored in 10 minutes. Doesn't have a feeling of a fixture where it would get a victor. Maybe, maybe not. And if it ends all square, it might just have been the fairest result for both teams. Maybe more for Unai Emery, not for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah, because United are playing at home.
They are, and they've got that supposed psychological edge. Here's Arsenal. To the far right hand side, Callum throws it in, caught shot by Fred. He's got support in Tuanzebe. Gets it across to him. Back to Tuanzebe. Now Fred. It's gone out of touch for a Manchester United throw, even if he would want something different, talking about Torreira. Why do we keep talking about the player who's been taken off? Granit Xhaka chasing down now. Likewise, Reece Nelson. And
was that a
it's
foul?
just a comedian getting into the United player's skin. Talking about Matteo Guendouzi. 80 minutes of action played out there at Old Trafford. United have reported profits in 5 of the last 6 years. They only made a small loss of about £4 million in 2015, and that was due to the lack of European football. According to all indications and indices, in the last 4 years, United have aggregated £159 million. That's averaging about £40 million in that period. And many would ask, how did they make all of this cash? They hardly do so in terms of player sales. It's never been boosted by player sales compared to the Arsenal. In fact, in the last 10 years, Manchester United have had only £101 million profits in total. 3 clubs made more than that in the 2017-18 season alone. Liverpool, Arsenal Football Club and Chelsea Football Club. Here's United's James. Finds Pogba. Floats one into the penalty area. Goalkeeper comes, gathers. He would go down. He felt the pain. That's clattering with the goalkeeper Bernard Leno. It wasn't intentional, certainly, but Leno is still down. He will be fine. The German goalkeeper, 27-year-old. That cross from Pogba, too close to the goalkeeper. And Rashford doing what strikers dread, going for an aerial battle with a goalkeeper who has absolutely all the right to get the ball however he deems fit.
And I wonder what he was complaining about. Did he think
He
Leno
was just
fouled
hoping
him?
that no one actually, no call for a penalty or a red card or something of the sort. Taking quickly, 82 minutes of action. United 1, Arsenal 1. Ashley Young in United half, floating to the far right hand side, hoping for pace from the United striker. This time Marcus Rashford chases down, and it's David Luiz. Ricochet's back. Rashford has gone down. The free kick might be given, but it's against Marcus Rashford. Agonizingly, the assistant on the right hand side. And the United fans are screaming. They're just right behind him. And Marcus Rashford is still cussing in all of the languages he understands. Well, just English, basically. A bit of a concern for Sead Kolasinac. They don't want him to be one of the players limping.
Haven't they used up all their substitutions?
They have. They've happily taken off 3 players. They can play with the man shots. Teams do it.
No, they can't.
Bukayo Saka.
Just assume it's a red card.
Yeah.
Just play on.
Taken off for Joseph Willock. Nicolas Pepe for Reece Nelson. And Lucas Torreira for Dani Ceballos. Hardly seen Aubameyang in the second half. Well, except for that goal he scored. And speaking of Aubameyang, hoping for support, caught offside yet again. 84 minutes of action played. Manchester United 1, Arsenal 1. Keep the comments coming through on Facebook. We'll take as many comments as we possibly can, absolutely. Also, if you join in the conversation, feel free. There's Facebook and Twitter and all of the platform. Okay, just figured out it's also on YouTube. Just getting the engagements going. Drop your comments, and we'll take as many as we possibly can. Ahmed Hilal says, "Hello, my buddies." Speaking of Hilal, this reminds you of the team that knocked out Enyimba International in the CAF Champions League. Now going to be competing in the CAF Confederations Cup, the playoff stage lost 1-0 away in Sudan after the period of the goalless draw in Alaba. Mateo finds support in Nelson. It's the case where is Nelson. United have a goal kick. Callum Chambers.
Goal kick? Has to be a corner.
Is it going to be a corner kick? It is actually a corner kick. The 6th for Arsenal is going to be taken by one of the substitutes, Chris Nelson, with the number 24 shots for Arsenal.
Am I the only one that thinks Ganduzi looks like Aya Stark? Same hair, same eyes? I'm just saying.
Oh, not the same height, certainly. And we do miss Aya Stark, don't we? But I think I missed the conversation between Lord Varys and Tyrion Lannister. And also Littlefinger, and he wasn't being a complete donkey. I was going to say the other word for donkey, but it comes completely different. Samuel, do not laugh. I was just talking to myself. Here they come, United, hoping to break free from this counter-attack. From the corner, I should say. Young finds James. He's got a pace, but also exhausted. Still James up against the Manchester United. Well, the Arsenal defender, and somehow unsuccessful in that attempt to go past Joseph Willock. Well played, Willock. The free kick comes against Manchester United. Reece. Daniel James. Reece plays for Chelsea. Something to put a smile on Samuel's face.
Oh yeah.
Well, Chelsea are in a Champions League action
On Wednesday.
Fair
Travel to
enough,
France. Take on Lille.
So it's Victor Osimhen against Chelsea.
Hopefully he doesn't come to the party.
Well, hopefully he does from the Super Eagles perspective. October 1st, 2019. Happy Independence, Nigeria. Should be the first person to say it. I bit the president to it. That's something not many people think about. Tipsy and Sean, the first man who wished the country happy independence, Nigeria.
Who wishes someone happy birthday
before the day?
Before the
did
day.
you? Because I might be sleeping when the president gives the speech tomorrow. Well, you can join all of our coverage. It'll be from clock on ticking second to the next on Nigeria Info. It's news, talk and sports. And you can rest assured that the coverage will be one you do not want to miss. Arsenal are trying to get a second. An opportunity for Reece Nelson. Caught it back to find. Well, that's Kola. It's not going to count, Danny Ceballos. Well, he's seen players in Spain. He's on loan at the moment. Arsenal with an option to buy. But would they buy him on a permanent?
They can.
Not with this sort
Not
of
with this sort of performance, that's why I asked.
He's not been too bad actually. He just has his on and off days, Ceballos. He plays well some days and he's totally off some days.
Arsenal are not in a position where they need players that
On
go on and off. They need a player that is always on.
At least he's better than Denis Suarez that came last season. Played
guy.
absolutely nothing for the Gunners.
88 minutes of action played. Subdued second half of Manchester United. Here they come still. That moment might just come through for them. It's called all the way back, and then David Lewis timely intercepted. Ceballos also somewhere in between, but it was actually Guendouzi who went in for that tackle. It's been dispossessed. United given the opportunity to play on. And here they come, Mason Greenwood. Rolls it down to Harry Maguire. Still Maguire in the box. Doesn't have the skills. And he certainly doesn't have the pace. He's just going to jog his way back. Brilliantly intercepted by Young. Scott McTominay lighting up. Trying to shoot. He does strike. Falls kindly still for Young. Swings in yet another corner. Brilliantly intercepted by Joseph Willock. Still back to Young. Returns the favour in the box. No one to connect with it. Rolls out completely untouched. It's an Arsenal throw and they will take eternity to take it. 2 minutes of regular time left. I don't think we'll get too many stoppages in this fixture. No. Not sure what they're giving to him to eat. Callum Chambers, maybe chocolate. It's not his birthday, keep this snack. It's just 60 seconds to full time. I'm sure he can do without it, but hopefully he's not using breath. But United are coming forward, hoping to get something. Hey, free kick given. Well, certainly not a penalty. It's a free kick to Manchester United out of completely nothing, right in the box. Or should I say, Scott McTominay has done well, and it was David Luiz who bashed into him.
But he had passed the ball already.
Oh, the referee still gave. It's
always going to be given.
Retrospective action. And this time around, this free kick, all of Manchester United players, except, well, someone who's on the far right hand side, about 7 of them, no one is certain who wants to take it. Even Tuanzebe wants to take it.
This has to be Marcus Rashford territory.
And it could also be Paul Pogba, who's not happy that Rashford wants to take it.
Ashley Young.
It also could be Yonge.
Or Fred. Absolutely not.
Rashford. His last game against Southampton wasn't pleasing. Picked up a knock. Pass fade against the odds to play. We're into stoppage time. 4 minutes added. It could all be Manchester United's now. Just right at the edge of the penalty area. Inches away from the centre rack. It's a 6-man wall. And the goalkeeper to bits.
Same position, Aubameyang scored a free kick in the last game against Aston Villa.
Fred, and that came in stoppage time. Fred and Rashford.
Leno.
Marcus Rashford standing over this. So is Fred. United with the new rule, also putting up a wall to distract the Arsenal wall. It is going to be Rashford. Stoppage time. It could be Fred. Free kick to United. It looks like Fred. It will be Rashford! And the goalkeeper, what a save! And what a miscue from Greenwood. Brilliantly done. Return, danger not averted. How's a brilliant save from Leno. All thanks and praise to him. Well, if he wasn't human, he will be worshipped. What a save from Bernard Leno. And just maybe Rashford went with the wrong direction.
Yeah, definitely. I thought he should be swinging that over the wall, and the goalkeeper would have just stood and looked that one sailing. But I think he was banking on pace and power rather than precision, and that just undid him. But smart save anyway from the goalkeeper, Bernard Leno. He really saw that one coming.
And a free throw into Arsenal. Absolutely free throw.
The City United player, and the moment he did that, he put his hand on his head, but what a save, Tipsy.
One-handed save.
Bernard Leno, 27 years. And the good thing is, we share the same penny. There might be a winner for Arsenal. Oh, Reece Nelson. That's pretty much not a sort of strike he wants to give out. 2 minutes left. Frenetic moments for both sides. As they come attacking now. Young finds Greenwood on the far right hand side. Mason Greenwood. He's got 2 goals. 1 in the Europa League, 1 in the League Cup. He's floated to the far left hand side to find Tuanzebe. He's got Rashford in view. Rada goes for Fred. Fred lining up the shot. Fred gets it across. This opportunity might come for United. Well, it's somehow rolled across goal. Mason Greenwood. Oh no, that was an effort. Not to be applauded. And all the manager would do, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, just looks away. He knows it's 1:20 seconds left. And the fat lady will belt out. Manchester United 1, Arsenal 1. 93 minutes of action played. And now make it 60 seconds left. Goalkeeper Leno with a goal kick.
And the second half is almost ending the same way the first half ended. Very frantic.
Well, it's all Arsenal now. They will be satisfied taking a point out of Old Trafford. Once the fiercest rivalry no longer is in the Premier League. Listening to former Manchester United player Darren Fletcher speak to our partners, the BBC, and he mentioned currently it's very sad, but the biggest rivalry in Premier League football at the moment is Liverpool against Manchester City.
Without a doubt.
And for the neutrals, well, they would agree. For United and Arsenal fans, it's just moments for them to gnash their teeth and wonder, how did we get to this stage? A fixture that wants to find the Premier League title. Give it a shot. It's a goal kick, there's nothing he would do. Well, seems like he's given the free kick. He has given the free kick, Reece Nelson.
No.
Has he given the goal kick?
No, goal kick.
Well, it was Nelson up against Tuanzebe. Oh, should be a free kick.
Should be a free kick now.
The assistant had his flag up. It's a free kick to Reece. And this little bit of final action. And Arsenal might just make it count. United had their opportunity early on. Solskjaer cannot believe it. United have lost at Old Trafford in stoppage time. It was against Crystal Palace. Can lightning strike twice? Question mark. And it was all on Ceballos to swing in this one. It's right-footed, so it's going to be an outswinger. And all the Arsenal players in the box. There will be no time for a counter-attacking play from United. So it's now or never for Arsenal. Ceballos to take. Aubameyang, Luis, Guendouzi all in the box. Ceballos floating in, headed out. And as I mentioned, there will be absolutely no time for Manchester United to counter-attack. A Monday Night Football with two of England's finest teams, history-wise. No longer in 2019, all for bragging rights. And it all began when that glorious opportunity fell kindly for Scott McTominay in the 45th minute. And he struck swiftly. Ben Leno could do nothing about it. And just before you could say Jack Robinson early in the second half, United courtesy of the most expensive defender in the game, Harry Maguire, gifting Aubameyang to slot home the equaliser in the 58th minute. Marcus Rashford had a moment that could have been of glory, but great save from Leno to deny Manchester United a win against Arsenal as it ends all square out there at Old Trafford. Question mark if truly it still is the theatre of dreams. A result, not a scoreline. It's ended. Manchester United won. Arsenal won, Tipsy. And you've got to tell the story. You've got smiles on the faces of the Arsenal players. Lamentations hovering on those of the Manchester United players.
Yeah, it's surely a better point end from Arsenal than Manchester United. And Unai Emery has to be definitely happier than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer by every standard. They just managed to deny the baby-faced assassin his fifth win in 15 games as permanent manager for them. But of course, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang continuing his great goal-scoring form in every game that he's played in this season. And 1-1, share of the spoils.
Sam, let's get your take. United, I'm not sure they've left 11th position. Arsenal will stay on the same position they came into the Premier League.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a deserved result for both sides on the basis of the performance we saw from them, but I don't know which of the managers should be happy. I don't think there's anything to be happy about when, after 90 minutes, on the basis of the performance, really just ebbed and flowed the game, except for the last few minutes of the game. So, a good one for both sides. At least a defeat is not on the cards for any of them, but quite a disappointing game. Shows us, the difference in the times that we are in right now. Manchester City and Liverpool have clearly pulled away from the rest of the pack, and there's a lot of chasing to do. Manchester United definitely not the United team we used to know, and same for Arsenal. Arsenal still again can't beat Manchester United in this fixture.
Yeah, fascinating actually that the result has helped them out. They currently fourth, Arsenal 12 points, and Manchester United are 10th now. So actually Arsenal moved up, and United not bad. Liverpool with 21 points.
Again, the difference.
Can Arsenal and United catch up?
Definitely not.
It's just match day 7, sir.
Yeah, definitely not. It's match day 7. I think if there's anything that's going to happen, the gap is going to go wider rather than any of these teams trying to close it. So, all right, let's head to the phone lines, guys. Get a feel of what you make of our conversation, rather our live coverage. It felt like a talk show, more like what can I say? Arsenal, Manchester United. It's ended 1-1. Fantasy Premier League managers, are you satisfied with the performance of your players? I don't know how I feel. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Daniel James is the only player that I had in the field. Well, he didn't even get an assist.
I intentionally didn't sell Aubameyang because of this fixture, but somehow the man I was going to sell him for got a brace.
Ouch.
You know who?
No.
Harry Kane?
No. Ken Scott just
Buddy?
won. Jamie. Yeah.
Right.
And it's cheaper. Hi, good evening. We've got to take 5 calls and leave. Yeah, welcome.
I am Agbola Oluwashina calling from Ilaro.
Welcome, Agbola. Go ahead.
I am so happy tonight for the result. I'm Arsenal fans.
Okay.
Yes, I'm happy. First time caller.
Hey, Tipsy. Give him that second. All right. Thank you so much, Agbola, for calling. Ouch. Lost the connection. Stay true to the game. Not sure why I said that, though. Hi, good evening.
Good evening, guys.
Welcome.
Good evening.
Ikorodu is the location.
Welcome, Ubi.
Okay.
Emmanuel, really, the show that came in before you arrived your show for this commentary.
Yes.
Yeah. So, when the lines were opened, I was surprised. I don't want to call the guy's name. He called in and he said he wants to speak about Arsenal and And that show wasn't even talking about football, you know. And sincerely, I was even on the road then. I was supposed to call him, but I couldn't.
Okay.
But I was surprised that guy was calling, and immediately the guy, your man that was there, was very, very. He wasn't angry with him, but he was just like this guy wasn't even following what was going on in the show. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. And that very pain about football that moment. The people just came into, I mean, for sales or something. Yeah. And I mean, we fans, we're supposed to know when to call in to talk about sport and something, you know. And, you know, this football, I think you're a Man U fan, Emmanuel. You are very happy. When that goal came in, I saw your mind. I was reading you, you know.
That's the juju man that you are now.
Emmanuel, no, it's a good one. They played 1-1. I was thinking Arsenal would give them like 5 or 6-0. Yes, now.
Okay.
But no, Manchester United, they tried. They played good football. It's a good one, guys. Good night.
Thank you so much. Thought I saw the line blink. Let's take one more call. We've got to pay our bills.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening to you.
This is Chima Abraham from Illusion Remo Gosset.
Thank you for calling, Chima.
Good one for us now. I'm an Arsenal fan.
Okay.
Thank God that we managed to draw today. It's a good result from you.
Strange. All right, thank you. Arsenal fan satisfied. I like it. Hey, turn it down. Hello.
Ouch.
Sap. Okay, it was good. You ran away. Come on, guys.
Hello.
Sam,
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, welcome. Please turn down your radio. Hello?
Alright. If this happens, then we've got to pay our bills. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
This is Ayodeji from Amodo.
Hi, Ayodeji.
Yes, good evening. I'm a Man U fan, and I'm not really pleased with the performance, but I'm actually happy for tonight because my name was called for the identified draw.
I knew.
Oh,
just knew that name.
Lucky you.
Congratulations. It was Sam. Say thanks.
Come and pay your title.
He'll say. All right. Congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Cheers. We'll get in touch with you. Thank you. All right. Have a great evening. All right, Tips. We've got to wrap things up. Just to mention, guys, Comedy HQ. Not sure it's going to be holding tonight. TG Banks held the show yesterday. So too much highness. Maybe. It was a successful event. Yeah. Thanks to everyone who turned up to ensure that TG Banks event turned out great. So he's taking today off as expected. So basically that's the update I have. But Tipsy, as we wrap things up, anticipation, Champions League tomorrow, Wednesday.
Yes, a great way, of course, to kick off a football field week.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best of football that we saw tonight. Hopefully tomorrow night.
It was good.
Yeah, 2 goals.
Yeah.
Drab match.
Who's your MVP?
First half. For tonight.
Yeah, for tonight, obviously.
Guendouzi still, to me.
Hi.
Guendouzi. He bossed the midfield. That Pogba and McTominay were there. Even though he didn't get a goal, Aubameyang got a goal. But Guendouzi for me.
Sam, we gotta go. How are you gonna spend the night?
I want to hear his MVP.
I will ask definitely him.
But let's see how he's spending the night. Oh, Guendouzi too?
Definitely Guendouzi. I thought he covered more yard of grass than anybody else. You could see the enthusiasm and everything about him. So, Bucci, this is going out to you. Stop criticizing Matthew Guendouzi. You have a fantastic player in the making on your hands there. So
very dedicated.
Very, very.
Dedicated.
No other Arsenal player came close to him. Maybe no other Manchester United
just before we leave, sorry, I was always going to ask the question about Nicolas Pepe. Is it time for him to leave Arsenal?
Leave? He only just came.
I don't know how the question they ask. Some people don't succeed. They just want them to leave. How do we ask questions about Pepe?
No,
he hasn't performed. If he hadn't scored that penalty against Villa,
he needs to chop a bench for a couple of games. Yeah.
What sort of amounts he was acquired for, Tipsy? You remember?
Yeah, but they didn't pay outrightly. They are going to be
but
they
you
spread
remember,
the pay. Yeah, 72M. Yeah,
that's a lot of money. You don't put that on the bench.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not Manchester City, you don't.
Yeah. I want to hear your MVP though. I'm waiting for you to call a Manchester United player.
Oh, United did not win.
Yeah, Arsenal did not win also.
James?
Yeah, no one actually deserves my award.
So no MVP
I only give
for
it to the winners, yes. All right, guys. I think my MVP will go to Shelley and Fraser Price, who won the 100 meter. And I love her so much, and I love all Team Nigeria. Hopefully we'll get a medal. Aubameyang has been interviewed as we speak, and when they interview you, you likely are the one who they don't give
man of the match.
What is that?
Or these days they call it King of the Match.
King of the Match, yeah, because sponsorship reasons, I understand. We can't mention that. We gotta go, Sam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
See you to the PSY. Big pleasure.
Gracias.
All right. Have a great Independent Day, Nigeria. Arrivederci.
And go in charge. Tell Mr. Fully Foolish, no, they read nothing. But him think say him know something. Mr. Foolish, go they bleach. Him no like black skin. Mr. Foolish, go they pose with all the foreign things.